Hello. Today I would like to talk about simulation theory. Just brief video, uh, something to ponder about. So it seems like more and more scientists agree on the fact that we live in simulation, kind of simulation, that the world is not real, even though we perceive it as a real physical thing. So it's more like hologram, but advanced hologram, because when we touch something, our hand touches it and feels it. And also we have sense of sight, see things, hearing, smell, and taste. So our senses makes us believe actually that this world is real because we experience it. But nobody explained us why we perceive it actually. So we perceive things as material, like we cannot walk through the wall, right? We cannot put our hand through the computer to the other side. Maybe there are people, who can do it, I don't know. Because, to do it, you would have to adjust your frequency to the same frequency as a wall to be able to walk through the wall. I think it would work like that, but we are not able to adjust. So there was a nice a book. It was considered fantasy or science fiction, or from the spiritual kind of novel. Its title was Celestine Prophecy. And in this book, I remember there were people who lived in communities who could actually perceive the energy, see the colors, see how people react to each other, seeing the colors moving, and could read what was in between those people. So also the people who were a long time there, they were able to manipulate their frequency. So when danger was coming, they could elevate their frequency to the point that they were invisible to the people who brought the danger to them. So I thought it was really interesting, and also um, the scientists say that all is energy, right? And Tesla supposedly said that. I already don't know because I don't believe, whatever is said. It makes sense. Maybe he said it, maybe not. But I noticed that people put words in mouths of people who already passed away, that they supposedly said that. But it's not important. But the fact is that everything is energy, and we could agree on that. I mean, scientists would agree. So the lower frequency of the object, the more material it is, or dense material. Like water is a liquid, so it has probably higher energy than, the desk or any other hard thing like rock. And also, if the air we breathe in must be much higher frequency, because we are able to breathe in, breathe out without any pain. And, the perception also of our senses, sight, hearing, taste, touch, and smell, those things are actually tools only, and they send signal to the brain. So whatever we see, hear, smell, and so on, it's more like an instruction or signal to the brain, and brain interprets it in certain way. So when I look at the picture behind me, right, I see fish. Humu humu nuku nuku apua. It's how I fish. So this is how we see things. It doesn't mean that the thing is there, but it looks like it's there because our brain perceives it as the picture. And when I was painting, I was too, right? I didn't paint from energy. I mean, the consciousness of energy. I just painted with paints and colors that I perceive as colors. So, it's very hard to imagine, because we don't have a proof right now, a physical experience that this reality is real. So it looks real, so we just take for granted it's real. We fell, we feel pain, we get sick, right? Sickness is actually blockage of energy flow. So we get stress. And how do we get stress? It's from, believing that we are living in this material world. And we perceive some people being good, some bad, and we feel like we are being inflicted, pain on us, or fear, or emotions, and those cause stress and block the energy. Like, for example, if you're angry, if you feel a lot of anger in you, the liver may get affected. This is just one thing I learned from book by what was her name? Louise Hay. Louise Hay. She actually wrote a book. You Can Heal Yourself. No, you can heal. I will show you. You can. It's probably opposite way, but you can heal your life. Louise Hay, and she wrote a very beautiful book, colorful. There is a list there of all kinds of sickness, ailments, or problems with your body that point out what emotion caused it. And she gives affirmations to heal that part. But with affirmations, they don't work with me because I personally, how to say, I have hard time to believe what I'm saying. But you have to really believe what you're saying to heal it. So anyway, it's one way you could heal. And and what else? So we have this. Let me look at my notes. So, like in school, we were taught like eyeballs are, structured, how the ear structure is. So, but teachers never emphasized that these are only like tools that gather the information and send it to the brain. And brain is the one that interprets it. So if you see the picture behind me on the wall, it's not that you see it with eyes, but you see it with the brain. So I believe that, colors, even people perceive differently. We agree that whatever is orange or green or blue, but we don't really know how the other person perceives these colors. I don't know if you understand what I mean. It's not like you perceive blue, green, but perception. Like there are people who cannot make difference between green and red, right? It's kind of ailment that maybe cannot be fixed. So it's probably the same way. You see blue, whatever is blue, you call it blue, but the person next to you may see it in slightly different way. So there is no way to there is no way to find out how the person perceives, because we always call it blue, red. So wherever is blue, red, we agree on that, even if our perception is different, I think. And so the brain is like, computer that gathers all the information. Even when you fall and have pain in your leg, let's say, it's all interpreted by brain. The pain is not in the leg. It's perceived by the brain. And when you see the cut on your leg, then your attention goes there, and somehow you relate the pain with this place on your leg. So I mean, this is how we lived our lives, believing that this is what is happening. And there is, I guess, no other way to, find out. So anyway, there is one more thing that I had. Like, there's that famous saying, I forgot what it was about. Like, there is when, the tree falls in the forest and nobody observes it. Did the tree fall? Was the tree at all? Was the forest at all if nobody observes it? that's the other thing. Like, we see front, we see maybe a little bit sides, but we don't see what is behind us. Right now I can see because I'm looking at the screen, so I see the picture. Besides, I remember the picture is there too. But, it's not in my tool vision, so maybe it's not there, right? If you see the mirror, you see things behind, but if there is no mirror is another, thing that interests me because it reflects this reality, and also it like changes the sides too, right? The reflection, like your right hand becomes left hand in the reflection, but that I don't want to talk about it. So anyway, maybe I will finish for today at this point, and I will continue later again. Okay?